In-depth Facebook ads. Hey, what's up guys? It's Brennan here, and today we're going to be going over Facebook ads, how to utilize them, how to market hot products to get those sales. So we're also going to be going into how to find those products and really the overall strategy here with utilizing this very simple marketing tactic to get sales. So without further ado, in a second here, I'm going to hop into the computer. If you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, be sure to do so, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so we are now in the computer going in depth on Facebook ads, how to do them. So the first thing to understand when you're starting a new Facebook ad campaign is the different marketing objectives. So there's lots of different options on Facebook. Obviously, we're not going to be going over all of them in depth today. We're going to be focusing just on one really simple one that you could utilize for viral type products and stuff like that, how to market those and such. So the first thing, at least to go through them, just a brief overview of all of them. There's brand awareness, there's reach, which both of these two, the really awareness area, I definitely wouldn't recommend many of you guys, if at all, to use them. Those are more useful for people that are like Pepsi or Coke, just trying to get their brand out there. It's not really for getting any kind of conversion, sales, or really social proof. I mean, it can build social proof, but it's more so just to get your ad in front of as many people as possible, not necessarily them actually clicking into it. So that's what you need to understand, at least for awareness ads. So that's what those are really designed for, mostly for really big brands, just trying to get their name in front of a lot of people. Maybe like Apple might run those type of things, or, you know, Coke or Pepsi and stuff like that. Now, going into the consideration section, this is where we're going to be focusing on today, specifically in the engagement section, because this is the type of ad that we're going to be focusing on. So the reason why engagement ads are so great for viral type products is because there is a viral feedback loop. So let me explain what that means. So a viral feedback loop is essentially, and this is kind of like a thing that I've heard a little bit, kind of something I've created myself, but the viral feedback loop is pretty much when somebody sees this new product, right? This new product starts surfacing the internet, and maybe it's already been trending before. Maybe it's already gone viral in the past, right? So maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, usually within like 1 year span. That's usually probably a good estimate to see if it has potential to go viral again, because some products may go really viral at one point, but they still have that peak engagement during certain times of the year. So say for example like swimsuits, right? So as it gets closer to summertime, obviously that virality of swimsuits it's the peak interest level is going to go up again when it gets closer to summer, because it's hot out, people want to go swimming, right? That just makes sense. So if you think about it, anytime there's this new product and that type of thing, there's a lot of social interaction around it. So that's what we're going to be pinning on people, is the engagement ads, okay? To get a lot of comments, likes, shares, basically to make it go viral, make our video go viral in the loop, because there's already other people's videos going viral. So we go in, make our own version of it, and which I'm going to be going in depth more on this video, specifically like how you actually go about doing that. But engagement ads are where you're getting a lot of people talking about it, okay? So that's going to give you a lot of traffic to your actual ad and bring a lot of people to your website as well from there, because it's a lot cheaper really to run engagement ads as well, because a lot of the shares will get you organic interaction as well, which you don't have to pay for, which is really nice. Especially with viral products. This mostly works really well for viral products. It wouldn't work as well for other things, but that's what we're focusing on in this video. So that's the one that we're going to be wanting to do, is consideration. There are some other strategies that some people talk about with conversion ads, but that's not what we're going to be focusing on today, because you have to like build your pixel out. So especially with beginners, I would say engagement viral traffic is a lot better way to go, especially in the beginning. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. That's this strategy. There's a lot of different strategies, so keep that in mind. This isn't like the only strategy. This is just a really good way that you can market viral products. So we're going to be going into engagement ads. So that's what we're going to select here. I would recommend naming your campaign ad anything that would be like, I don't know, just to keep it in mind. So like this one, I'm just going to write as test ad 1, because, you know, it's just for a YouTube video. So it's not like I'm actually running any kind of campaign here, but you would want to make it some sort of name so it's different from your other campaigns, so you actually identify it. But anyway, we're not going to be creating a split test. This is something you could do if you get a little bit more advanced with creating different audiences and stuff like that, but you just leave it off right there. You select on post engagement. That's what we want, okay? We don't just want page likes or event responses. We're trying to get post engagement, okay? Lots of likes, comments, shares. So we're going to hit continue there. And so now it is going to pop up here with all of this different kind of stuff. So this is a lot to go through. That's what we're breaking down today, kind of how to do this, and then also how to find those products. So the first thing to do, obviously, right here at the top then, it's under Create New. So some stuff's already been auto-filled, but we're going to skip the Custom Audiences section because that's not really anything that we have to concern ourselves with. That is more for retargeting and stuff like that. It's a little bit more advanced. Not really anything that most people would be getting involved with. So we're going to want to select under Locations. I'm going to be doing this step by step here. Under the locations, we're going to want to select people who live here because we don't really want to be hitting people that don't actually live in that location. Obviously, the potential reach didn't really cut down by too much, but I would say just to eliminate that right there, people who live here. United States, that's what we're going to be targeting. Now, you could also target other countries, so you could target like the United Kingdom to get more people. You could target them, so that adds like a huge amount more reach. You could also target New Zealand. That's just another one. So like targeting English speaking countries is generally the best way to go there. I wouldn't recommend targeting like third world countries because typically you're gonna, and it's not to say anything bad about those countries, but a lot of times you're gonna get like not such great traffic. So I would definitely go for smaller, like, or some of the bigger countries, although you can get cheaper ads. From what I've seen, some people run it in within their own country because they're familiar with the language, they're familiar with all the ways to sell to the people in their country. So that's something that I've seen some people do successfully. It depends on what country you're in. If you want to do that, that's all up to you, but I just leave it within the United States because I'm in the United States, okay? So that's what I do here. Now in terms of age, you can leave it at 18. From some people, I have seen them go, and from what I've tested a little bit myself, is generally if you go to around the 20 age range, people generally have a little bit more money than people at only the 18 range, because a lot of people at 18 still don't even have any kind of job, but usually once people hit like 20, which is, or ironically the age that I am currently, people generally start to have some more money. I guess most average people work, like, whether it be some sort of retail job, some sort of waitressing or waiter type job. So all those different options there. People usually have more money as they get a little bit older, at least within the States. I guess most places are probably like that too. So I'd say 20 is probably the minimum age that you want to set it at. And another thing to keep in mind though is you don't want to limit your ads too much. Now, obviously, you want to be detailed with your targeting, but you don't necessarily want to limit the way that you're doing your ads, especially in the beginning, because Facebook will optimize it for who is most likely to engage with your ad over time as the ad optimizes. So you don't really want to cut yourself off from, like, say, for example, you're selling some sort of product where you're like, oh, only men will like this, right? And then you just click men. Well, you just cut off yourself to a large percent, like 52% of Facebook, I think, is women, and 48% is men. So, like, if you instantly are just making this decision in your mind, oh, well, this product, even though you really don't know for sure because you haven't done any testing, you're just like, oh, this product's only going to sell to men. You really have no way to know that. It might actually sell really well to women, or vice versa. A lot of people will target women, and the opposite, men could have been a way better choice there. So I would generally leave unless it's like a girly necklace, where you know that like it's only going to be women really buying it or tagging their boyfriends, which happens a lot. Like you wouldn't believe me, the amount of people of women that tag their boyfriends on posts on these Facebook PPE ads, which PPE is per page post engagement. That's what this engagement ad stands for, is PPE. That's what a lot of people on YouTube, or how I will continue to refer to it, as PPE ad, because that's what it is. So you have no idea how many women will tag their boyfriend, hey, buy this for me. And 99% of the people that comment and say things, they won't actually buy it, which sucks, because you're like, oh man, I just lost out on the sale. The people that just talk a lot of crap on your ad aren't actually gonna buy it most of the time. So just keep that in mind. Don't get your hopes up too much with those people. But yeah, I wouldn't limit yourself necessarily with the gender. I would leave it open because Facebook, like I said, will optimize to who is most likely to purchase and who is most likely to interact with your ad. So like, don't cut yourself off too much from there. So the next thing here, languages. So it depends on what language your ad is in, but make sure you do this. Don't neglect this, because if your ad is in if you don't limit the languages here, and your ad is just targeting the US, you're gonna get a ton of like Spanish people that speak Spanish typing on your ad and they're not going to understand your website because it's all in English or whatever language it is, make sure that the language that your website is in is correlating with the language you put here. So I'm going to go ahead and put English all. That's what most of you guys will probably be doing as you're watching this video in English, but I know a lot of you guys are international. You speak other languages as well. English may not be your first language, so if your store is in another language, target that like either that country, I mean, you could target US, but make sure your store is in English, okay? If your ad is in English, make sure you're targeting people that speak English, because otherwise it's going to be confusing for people. Like if a French person saw an English ad and they don't speak any English, they wouldn't understand the ad. So like, it just makes sense to do that. That's something some people neglect. So moving along here with detailed targeting, we're actually going to skip this for this moment right now because that's what we're going to be going into when we actually look at products. But that's like this stuff you pretty much just edit most of the time, kind of like the same. Moving along here, device types, I would recommend just going with mobile. Some people, the good thing with desktop though, if you do select mobile and desktop, is that desktop usually people are more willing to purchase because they're on their computer, they're at home, they're not just like on the go on their phone and they're like busy, they might be just scrolling through Facebook on their phone, right? And then they aren't actually going to buy anything. So you could do both, although from what I've seen, a lot of people also just kind of just do mobile. That's what I've tested it as well. So just doing mobile also works. There's a lot of people buying online. More and more people are just doing stuff on their phone. So it's kind of up to you. Now this next portion is very, very important. Make sure that you uncheck all of these other boxes, okay? You do not want to be hitting Instagram feeds with a Facebook related ad, especially when you're doing video ads. People just like that, like the cadence of Instagram is just like, scroll, like. Facebook, people take a little bit more time when they're looking at a post, and just from what I've seen, what everybody has said, like, and I've tested this too in the past, like Instagram feed ads are just usually kind of trash. So if you're doing anything Instagram related, just make sure that it's Instagram influencers, not really Instagram ads. Instagram ads, like story ads and stuff like that, all this kind of stuff, those are more useful. Like I said before, kind of like with the whole reach and overall branding stuff with like Coke, Pepsi, big brands that want to reach somebody with like the story post, just kind of like telling this quick little video. Like I've seen an Apple ad doing a story ad, and it's great. Like it builds branding and interaction, but that's not really going to convert into sales. So just think about it that way, because people, they click through it really quick. It's fine for branding, but that's like different, okay? That's not what we're going to be aiming for. We're aiming just for Facebook feeds, okay? So understand that is just Facebook feeds there. Now moving along here, we're going to want to make sure that we select only when connected to Wi-Fi, because you don't want people buffering the video. That would kind of suck. Daily budget, you could start it at $5 for PPE. You should be able to get some good data there from $5 a day, just starting out as your daily budget. You can leave all of this the same. Now, we do have to come back up here to the detailed targeting. Now, one thing we can actually do before we go into the specific products, we can hit the exclude button. This is something very important that you guys want to be doing when you're doing your ads, because you do not want people that know about AliExpress. Okay, we can exclude people that know about AliExpress. So that's going to eliminate people that are going to be like, oh, you can get this on AliExpress for only like $5 or $2. They're just marking you up. They're trying to scam you, yada, yada. You don't want people like that. You also don't want people to know about Shopify. Even though it's not as many people that you're kind of eliminating there, it is still 9.7 million total, and then 65 million with AliExpress. So you want to eliminate those people because they're one of us, all right? They're one of us. We don't want those haters coming in and trying to steal our business and all that kind of stuff and be like, like, don't buy from them. We don't want that. So I'm gonna exclude those people. Which is it's kind of funny. I really didn't even know about this targeting until like a few months ago, and it's really, really useful. That's for sure, because I hated getting comments on ads like, oh, you can buy this so cheap other places. I'm like, wow, thanks, dude. Thanks for screwing me. Even though most people don't read it. But still, it's nice to exclude them. So now in terms of the actual detailed targeting, we're going to do that product specific, okay? We're going to have to cater that to the specific product that we're selling. Even though it's still a viral video and it's going to end up getting shared to a lot of different people, we still want to kind of hit that net a little bit more specific when we're hitting our ads. So the way that we find these products, okay, these viral, trendy, talked about products is through Pexda. Now this is only one of the product research tools. I've gone over a few different ones on the channel, like Dropship Spy. I've gone over a couple of different ones. I can't remember all the names because they all sound just like Shopify Spy, Dropship Spy. Like, they all sound kind of similar. Pexta is just one of the ones I would recommend because it's probably the best one that's available. At least the free version of Pexta is probably the best. The other ones you have to pay for to get like a decent version of. So I would say like Pexta is probably the best one for that because there's a lot of products in here and they're updated pretty frequently. So this is where you can find those trendy type products. I have had multiple different subscribers on the channel tell me, hey, this has been really useful, or they've found different products on Pexta and been able to start selling them and make money. So it clearly works, okay, guys? Like, it definitely works. The whole like Pexta thing. It's, you know, the thing is like people ask, oh, is it oversaturated, yada yada, with finding products in here. The thing is most people don't take any action, and that's just the sad truth. Even watching all these different entrepreneur business videos, my entire channel, other than even just the Shopify content, a lot of people don't take any action on any of this information, and they don't get any results. So it all comes down to what you want to do, lots of different things. Lots of factors, how you want to get traffic, yada yada. But in terms of the viral stuff, this is where you come to get that. So I actually thought this product was kind of interesting. The Star Wars Han Solo and Carbonite Ice Tray Cube. I just saw this today before making this video when I was pulling up all these pages, and I was like, dang, that looks like a pretty cool product. So obviously you don't want to get hit with copyright stuff, but if you do sell it for a short period of time, just as like one trendy product, you shouldn't have any issues there. But I just think that one's really cool. As you can see, lots and lots of order volume. So it is doing well. This would probably be good to target maybe around the time of a movie release. That would be cool, although the movie just kind of came out like a few months ago, whatnot. So, but still, I mean, it's still a very popular product. Obviously, there's a lot of Star Wars fans out there. This product I have seen sell very well. I know of a few different people that are selling this right now, making a good profit margin. I mean, this product, I wonder how much they're selling it from Pexta. So they're only profiting, wow, they're selling it for very cheap. I know of someone who's selling this for like $30 something dollars. I mean, like, I'm not revealing anything about the store, but let's just say people can make a bigger profit on this because of the way that you market it. So, but regardless of viral product, okay, so let's actually take this one as an example here, just because I already pulled up the Facebook video. But the way that you're going to be marketing these videos with these Facebook ads, so obviously the detailed targeting, we're probably going to want to do like someone interested in teeth whitening, something like that, like teeth whitening. Teeth whitening is probably a little bit bigger. Maybe white teeth. Okay, you could do something like that. Now this is just very, very broad. Okay, so it really depends on you specifically. You're gonna have to play around a lot more with the detailed targeting. What I'm showing in this video is not necessarily the one that's gonna work for you. I'm just using these as examples, okay? You're gonna wanna spend a lot of time kind of searching through the different demographic data, different suggestions that they give you. Maybe oral care, that could be dental care. Well, that one's a little bit small. So you wanna have generally like bigger ones. Cosmetic dentistry, I know that one's a pretty solid one. So you're gonna wanna do individual research on these different interests and kind of see like what matches up best to the product that you're promoting, but that's a pretty decent one. And within the potential reach, you probably wanna have it anywhere from like 200,000 to 1 million. I mean, it can vary, obviously, depending on the product. You wanna have enough people where you're still able to reach a lot of people with your ad, but also not too big to where it's like you're not even being specific whatsoever, but also not too small where you're gonna cap out the reach and the results and the engagement within like a couple days. So you want to have it be able to be a long-lasting ad that has enough reach to hit those people, especially with the viral feedback loop I was talking about as well. So the actual ad, so we're just gonna leave that there, right there. So we're gonna go ahead and hit continue. So this is then where we're going to be doing the ad creative and adding the video post. So all you have to do then is click create new page post to add your post. I'm not going to be doing it right here just because it's pretty self-explanatory, but you're going to want to add the page post, okay? And so to do that, what you can do to actually get those videos is just search for the product, okay? Oral Irrigator Floss Water Jet, right? If it's gone trending before, it can go trending again. I mean, if you see it on Pexta, like any of these products really, a lot of these, I mean, I've seen this poop collector, hilariously. It's a pretty funny product. But I mean, you have to see which one has a lot of orders, okay? If one doesn't have a lot of orders, maybe not exactly the best one to choose. Like this one's kind of small amount of orders. This one's a little bit bigger amount of orders. And if you're wondering what these ultimate ones, you have to pay a lot of money to actually see those ones. So just pick the ones that are actually shown to you. Mini sewing machine. This nail polish guard, that's actually a lot of orders right there, lots of order traction. You know, this one doesn't really have many, so just look at the ones with higher order traction. That's going to give you a better idea of what could actually sell. So you could search for the product and then find a video. So you could just download one of these videos and use that for your ad, okay? Because it's already gotten a lot of views, so it shows that this gets interaction, okay? Even though it was 2 years ago, it's obviously going viral again, okay? It's getting a lot of search volume and a lot of search traction. It's in the feedback loop, okay? If things have gone viral in the past, there's a lot higher chance of going viral again in the future or right now. So if it's on Pexta, you know that it's getting some sort of traction, okay? So you could go ahead and copy and download that video. The way that I recommend downloading the videos, just search for like Facebook video downloader, and you should be able to find a website. You just click on it, copy the URL for the actual video, and then download it, and then you can go ahead and just upload it right here in your ad creative. It will pop up for the video post. I mean, like I said, it's pretty straightforward. You just add that there. Then you type in like, oh, product available, yada, yada. You put your link. I mean, it's really straightforward. That's why I'm not showing you that right now. You go ahead and connect your pixel there as well. This is a different store. This isn't obviously the store. This is just like a test store I did for my course. But like I said, you want to have that loaded up there with your little video. You put the ad copy, and it's pretty straightforward from there. But that is pretty much the overall method. You know, you find your products on Pexta, you go in, you do your targeting for your ad set. Like I had just showed you before, you could start it at $5 a day for your budget. You can start it higher if you want to get results quicker, but $5 a day is usually a good way to kind of like just test things out and then scale it up from there. That's how you scale, is just increasing the budget slowly, not to like $100 a day if you start getting like a sale or something like that. You want to slowly bring it up like 20, 30%. Just scale it up. But that's pretty much the straightforward like steps, okay? You find products. I mean, I just did pretty much the exact same process here, but with Google AdWords is what I was talking about the other day in one of my like hot traffic sources. It's the same type of system here, except with, instead of doing AdWords, you're doing a video on Facebook ads, okay, with a PPE ad. So that's pretty much the strategy here. If you guys want to learn more about how to build a profitable Shopify business, I've linked to my course down in the description box below, as well as a Shopify 14-day free trial to get yourself started. So be sure to check out the videos beside me as well. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, check out the free Facebook mastermind group, follow me on Instagram. Everything is linked down in the description box below. But anyway, guys, that's all for today's video. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.